Hey there, it's Drew with FranChoice, and I'm literally just making this video here after I dropped my kiddos off at camp. And what I wanted to do is, it's funny, I was asked this question by a candidate who I'm working with to help them find a business opportunity that fits what they're looking for. And they asked me this question the other day that kind of hit me between the eyes, and made me really think on my feet, because I was totally unprepared for it. But it was what the discussion that came out of that question that they asked me was one that I thought was very beneficial and very productive and could add some value to other people who are in the process of evaluating franchises or business opportunities or business investments or really anything as it relates to business. And I'm going to do this here. This is my first live video, so apologize for if this is not coming through or whatever. But anyway, so what the question was is they asked me, said, Drew, what in your career, what's the one thing that you've seen that the most successful entrepreneurs, the most successful business owners, the most successful franchise owners have done better than the ones that weren't as successful? And I thought about it because I was kind of unprepared, because usually I'm the one asking the questions in my meetings. But when I reflected on it a little bit, it hit me that, and I'd heard this I'd read something about this earlier in the week, so it was kind of on the top of my mind. But what it was is my answer was their mindset. It's the mindset that which the folks that attack business through a perspective of one of opportunity and entrepreneurship, and they don't have a lot of preconceived notions. They've kind of developed this attitude towards business and how they make business decisions and evaluate business investments and evaluate new business opportunities for them to either start or invest in, and it all comes down to the lens and the perspective through which they look at their opportunities. And it's interesting because during the discussion, we were talking a little bit about this idea of consumer mindset and how, as you're looking at businesses as potential career change or potential investments, specifically franchises, that there's a natural creep that comes in that can affect how you objectively evaluate a business that could be a good fit for you because you have this lens of a consumer that's clouding your ability to truly evaluate the business from a margin standpoint, from a role of the owner standpoint, and a potential standpoint. And so this idea of the entrepreneurial mindset that we're talking about, and we started talking, it's not one of these things that, it's not this innate trait that people are born with. People aren't born with entrepreneurial mindsets. It's something that is cultivated and developed over time by, having mentors and having conversations with people, kind of like the one we had, about just, people's thoughts and philosophies around business, listening to what other people know that they might not know, and ultimately having a very open mind about information and opportunities, and learning from what other people can offer, and then taking all that information and putting it into their own language and their own mindset that helps them to kind of develop this perspective and lens, and then what that gives them once they have this mindset, or once they have this perspective, is it gives them a framework to evaluate decisions against. They have this framework, they have this mindset in terms of, ultimately where they want to get to in life, right? And that's part of what fuels the mindset is this goal. They have these financial, personal, lifestyle, business goals that help them make these decisions against. And so once somebody is in that entrepreneurial mindset and they're able to evaluate a decision against it, it helps them to make the best decisions for themselves personally. And specifically, as it relates to what I do on a daily basis and helping people to find and evaluate business opportunities and franchises, I see it. I've seen it over my career. It's those that come to me with an open mind and a passion to be in business for themselves, and truly are open to listening and learning about businesses that they've probably never thought of, those are the folks that end up finding businesses that really fit everything they're looking for, and go on to, they take that mindset into the business, and they have this amazing attitude, and they go on to build businesses that a lot of times they're bigger than they've ever thought possible. Many times because they've just been, kind of caged in, if you will, in a corporate role that maybe hasn't helped them tap into the potential that they have and they know they've had. So it's funny how mindset can span, not just making the business decision, but also as it relates to being successful in the business you decide to get into. But I think mindset is one of these things that just transcends, not just business, but anything, right? Anything in life, and it's how you kind of view the world. And for those that kind of have this fixed mindset where they believe that people are kind of fixed from birth and whatever, and there's not much that people can do to change. That's going to be that's their opinion and that's their mindset. But for folks who have this growth-oriented mindset, one that this attitude that they can shift and they can manipulate their mindset, and they're not fixed in terms of the path that they're on in life, and they can change and they can be successful in opening their own business. A lot of times it's about finding the right business that sets up well for them, and a lot of times that's where the open mindset can come into place, because the businesses that a lot of times could be a good fits for people are businesses that if people just evaluated it on the consumer, through the consumer perspective or the consumer mindset, it would they would dismiss them pretty quickly. And I do see that some people can be pretty quick to dismiss business opportunities that would be worth their time to really check out and research. But anyway, so the point here is that the noodle between your ears and the attitude through which you approach life and business can be one that doesn't necessarily have to be fixed, in my opinion. And I think you'd find that by asking a lot of other successful folks in terms of what's one thing that they've used to be successful in their careers and business and entrepreneurship and whatnot. So anyways, I'm going to keep making some of these videos. Hopefully you find it valuable. If you do, leave a comment or not. I apologize if the quality here wasn't very good. I've never done this before. So I'll anyways, hope everybody has a great day, and thanks for watching.